Hey, Shalom family. I just wanted to share with you. I was meditating on Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10, where it says that the name of YHWH is a strong tower, and the righteous run in and are saved. And I was meditating on that verse and just what it means. So it compares the Most High to a strong tower, right? You've seen those tall towers, and a tower is a place that you go into when you're in need of safety, right? It's a fortified. It's usually it's brick or stone, and it's fortified. It's strong. It's going to withstand the elements, and people will go into that place for safety. So it compares the Most High to a strong tower. And it doesn't just say that Yah is a strong tower. It says that the name of YHWH is a strong tower. The righteous enter into this strong tower, and are saved. So it says that, so if you imagine, so in my mind, I'm imagining a strong tower, right? I'm imagining the tower, and I'm imagining being inside of the tower. And if I'm inside of the tower, I'm surrounded by the walls, by the brick, by the stone, by the sturdiness of it. I'm surrounded by it, right? And so what I'm surrounded by is the name of YHWH. So what is his name? His name is his character, his qualities, his power, his authority, right? So I'm on the inside and surrounded by his power and authority. I'm surrounded by his characteristics, his qualities, right? So how do I actually do this in real life? How do I get into this place? So when we're in danger, a lot of times the danger is in our, requires our mind. The attack is on our mind. So we have to go into a place where we are surrounded, where our mind is fortified and surrounded by the knowledge of who Yah is, his power, his strength, his characteristics, his qualities, right? Who is he? What has he promised? What strength do we have in him, right? So we have to fortify our mind and put ourselves in a place where our thoughts and the meditations of our heart are surrounded and encompassed by the knowledge and the assurity of who Yah is. So we run into this place where we know that Yah is my fortress, that Yah is my health, that Yah is my help. He is good, right? We are surrounded by the reality and kept by the reality that we know that Yah is good, and he means good towards me, right? That Yah is power and strength, and that he is able to keep me, right? We know that Yah fights our battles. Yahuwah Sabaoth, Yah of hosts, he will fight our battles. He is the power over all of the elements, right? So he will move and fight on our behalf. We know that Yah is going to move on the behalf of those who are in him, who run to him for safety, right? We know that he is the one who has redeemed us. We know he has called us and redeemed us, and that we are given his ruach. We're given his spirit, right? He sealed us, right? So we know, so these things build up as brick walls, as bricks in the wall of this fortified reality of who Yah is, that he is the creator, that there is none above him, that any door that he opens, no one can shut. Any door that he shuts, no one can close, right? So no one can open, right? So we know who he is. So we just surround ourselves with with these realities, with whatever danger that we're finding ourselves in, with whatever situation. We know that Yah is our provider, right? That he is our provider, that he is our peace, right? He is our shalom, he is our healer, right? Yahuwah Shalom, Yahuwah Rapha, right? We know that he is our source, right? So we know that he is compassionate. He's a compassionate El. He's compassionate towards his people. We know that he's forgiving, that he will forgive us, right? He will forgive us and cleanse us and purge us of all unrighteousness, right? So the things that we know about him, we have to fortify our mind, right? Fortify our heart, be surrounded and built up so that everywhere we look, we're seeing the stones of truth that are showing us who he is, right? He is the truth, right? His word has brought us into the way and the light. He is our life, right? He is the source of all life, right? So we know that we have our life in him. We're kept by him. So we have to have our mind and our heart and our whole being surrounded by, to the point where we find ourselves encased within this strong tower of his name, his qualities, his power. We are surrounded by it. Our mind is fortified by it. Our words are reflecting it, right? The meditation of our heart, that we are surrounded by the reality of who Yah is, and this is what is keeping us. This is where our home is. This is where we live. This is where we run into. So whenever something is challenging us, whenever something is coming against us, we run into that place where we know that we are safe in his character. We run and remember. We reflect on and remember who he is. We're reminded of who he is and who our mighty elder, the one that we serve, our mighty Father, our mighty Creator, who he is. We run into the reality and remembrance of that truth, and we are saved by that confession. We're saved by the confession of our heart, of our mind, of our words. We're saved by the confession of truth, right? The truth sets us free. We know the truth, and the truth sets us free. So when we come into that place, we are finding freedom. So we have to surround and fortify our mind with the knowledge of who Yah is, who he is. What is his name? What is his name? Who has he revealed himself to be in the earth? Who has he proven and shown himself to be, right? He has shown himself strong in our lives, and not just in our lives, in the lives of our ancestors and in the earth. We see his strength. We see his goodness. We see his esteem. We see his creation. We see his mighty works. We see his mighty hand. We've experienced it. So we have to go into the place of knowing, right? We enter into that strong tower of his name, and we are saved every time. When we enter into that place, we are saved. When we're not saved, it's because we didn't get into that place, right? We couldn't bring ourselves into that place. We allowed ourselves to be beguiled and tricked into to dwelling outside of the reality of those truths. We find ourselves outside, not willing to take on and embrace the truth of who he is. And we find ourselves in doubt. We find ourselves in fear. We find ourselves in these places wrapped up in our flesh because we couldn't get into that place and build up our spirit and allow our spirit to speak of who Yah is, right? So we have to remember that we have to get into that place and fortify ourselves and be within the encasement of that strong tower of his name, and know that we are saved. We are safe. We are safe in him. He is our refuge. He is our strength, right? That we reflect and we rejoice in him, because his joy is our strength. We rejoice in him despite what's going on. Despite the winds, we go into the strong tower. Despite the waves, we go into the strong tower, right? Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We go into the place of safety, right? So we have to bring ourselves there on the inside, in our inner man, in our mind, right, in our emotions. We cause our nefesh, our body, our soul, we cause ourselves to submit to the ruach that is within us, where his ruach dwells within us. We submit ourselves to his ruach of truth, so that we find ourselves in the secret place, so that we can enter into the secret place where we are safe. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Just wanted to encourage you with that today. Blessings to you. Enter into the secret place. Enter into the strong tower. Be fortified, built up, and strengthened in the mighty Yah. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom.